Um, I want to turn it over to Marie Cirillo just to make sure she is hearing us and still with us. And so we're going to turn it over to Marie next. Marie, are you there?
Yes, but I was thinking about how I could slip away because I'm worn out.
Oh no. Well, let's definitely hear your voice.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's see.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what CCA has meant for your life? While you're talking, Sarah's going to give me a thumbs up just to make sure we can all hear you. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. Certainly one of the first things I remember was who was going to take the leadership in kind of a thing like this. And I know some of us kept about Monica, and some people just knew it had to be a priest. So we tried to get a priest that could give other people some voice. I don't know, it was kind of, it's all behind me right now because things just ended up being so different. I hardly knew how, because the parish I lived in took a while to get there, and nobody there knew anything about Catholic Committee, and many of the priests could hardly speak English because we were a little kind of the least of the Catholic churches, I guess. So a sense of any real presence of a Catholic presence, I just feel like never quite got any place around here. And I don't know if the few other Catholics that are still here, because we went through that period when it was a mining area, and then there was no mining anymore, and then the companies that tried to get hold of the land, they were all big corporate people who wanted the forest. So I think the first thing some of us did was try to see if we couldn't get some local people, get some ownership, community groups, get hold of some of this land and see to it that we managed our forest lands. And I find myself still in that place right now. We're surrounded by forests, and I've come to understand that the earth has land, water, and air. And all of a sudden, air became my focus because we were so smothered in trees that had it. And I would go out, and I still do it. I go out on my porch every morning and just breathe the air, and thank God for it. But anyway, so nothing really falls into a place that makes me feel like we've gotten anywhere. Certainly haven't gotten anywhere in terms of the church's commitment.
Yeah, we've got a long ways to go, it feels like sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I know that I've been so grateful in my life for women religious and just Catholic women who have, I think, led the way in trying to envision a different way of being church. I know that I've been so inspired in my own faith, the story of FOCIS and what you were able to accomplish with FOCIS and in trying to envision a new way of being church that did all the things that you were just talking about, even when maybe the hierarchy wasn't so attentive to those things, that you were out there doing that, and the church is still catching up to what women like yourself and Monica and Sister Gretchen and, and Sister Beth have all done. would you want to say a couple words about FOCUS and what, like how you got, where the idea for FOCUS came from and how that has shaped your ministry?
Oh, gosh. It's been so long since I've even thought about it.
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah. Because I just kept running along with time and focused, look into different sections and see, I don't know. I think I love being in an area that has a few focused people, so it kind of connects. But I think there's still something missing. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah.
But I guess nothing's perfect, and when you want to feel like you're the presence of the church, it's pretty hard when you're in a place where, number one, there is no church. Number two, there's never a priest that's there in a real long-term commitment. And then you have to travel so far to get there. And the older you get, the harder it is.
Yeah.
So I guess I still think of myself as a Catholic, and I still remember my earlier days before I joined the convent. And the excitement I had in high school when my sister, who was a year older than me, was in another Catholic high school, and she came and told me about FOCUS. And I just thought immediately, doggone it, I want to join them. I don't want to be a foreign missionary because I never could understand other languages anyway. So I just, that caught my interest immediately.
Yeah.
I can understand.
I got there, and one of the first jobs I had was cooking for the seminary, and they were still building the Glen Mary Seminary at the time. So half the time you didn't even have a decent place to cook the food that I was sending through the little pathway to, what was it? I think there were about 30 men studying that I did for a couple of years.
Marie Cirillo.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were cooking for him, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Which was, I enjoyed cooking, and the men washed and dried the dishes at the supper time, and the other meals I took care of in between the cooking.
Yeah.
Which was, I didn't resent that at all. And I guess when I got out on mission, I was sent to a place where we had a school in Kentucky, and I thought, God, I hated school, and now I have to teach in a school. So I lived through a couple of years of that.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I guess when FOCUS came into being, it seemed right. And we have a mixture, where we're not just Catholic. But anyway.
Yeah.
Here I am at 90 years old, and glad to still be in the mountains, and glad that the coal, there's no coal being worked on anymore. We have to watch the trees because outsiders are coming and trying to get ownership and cutting the trees down. And I thought, gosh, these
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of a interesting
Mm.
place and moment in my life. And I think the place I'd be quite satisfied to die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Marie, it's such an honor to have you here with us this evening, to hear some of your stories and to get to hear your voice. And so grateful for the things that you've done in the mountains and the voice that you've been, for justice, for hope, the way that you speak for the earth and speak for the trees, which are sometimes the last that we hear, right? The last voice that we take seriously is the voice of the earth. And so grateful for your continued ministry and your continued witness.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Good, wonderful.
All
And
right.
I think it's just wonderful you're doing this, pulling us together again. Yeah.
We're glad to have you, Marie.